Well, first off, you just got clickbaited. They don't steal all their skins. But wait, before you click off this video, that is what this video is about. Because today, we're going over all the skins, to my knowledge, that Fortnite has copied. So, we all know that Fortnite copies their emotes from popular dances, adds some cool music, and slaps it into the game to sell. But what everyone may not know is that they copy a lot of the skins that they sell in the item shop, and even, like John Wick, in the Battle Pass. So today, we have a bit of a stupid video. In this list, I'm going to be going through all the skins that are copied to my knowledge, but if anybody else knows any others, leave them in the comments. But for now, these are the ones that I'm going to be showcasing. John Wick is the first one on this list, and is obviously John Wick from John Wick 1, 2, and this year 3. They renamed him to the Reaper and added the pickaxe as the tier 100 Battle Pass skin in Season 3. But most people still called him John Wick anyway, and most people still do, even though I doubt most people that own the skin have watched any of the movies. Next on the list is Moisty Merman, which you can tell by this photo that they ripped this straight out of Ben 10. As soon as I saw it, it reminded me of this from when I was like 4 years old, and it reminded me of the old one. But recently, I don't know how recent, they switched up the colour scheme to be green and have this weird tail thing. So now it looks even closer to Moisty Merman with this green colour scheme going on. Next up we have Glimmer, which is a new Christmas skin that came out a few weeks ago and is obviously an almost direct copy of Elsa? I don't know. This Glimmer skin also has bullets, which Elsa obviously doesn't have, and a crown, which I don't think Elsa has. I don't know, I haven't watched the movie. And the snowflake that you see here, that's Elsa's powers, I think is the same as Glimmer's pickaxe. Number 4 on the list is Krampus, which is blindingly obvious. This is a copy of the real life Krampus that eats children on Christmas Eve. Yes, Krampus is real, and yes, he will eat you. But seriously, I do like the touch of originality that they added to the skin, with the tongue and the glowing red eyes. There are a lot of depictions of Krampus, but I feel like they have actually tried to make this one their own and not just a straight up copy of someone else's, even though I don't know if it is a straight up copy, and knowing them it probably is. 5th on this list, we have the Crackshot skin. As you can see here, this is literally just the Nutcracker. I know that's pretty obvious, but they changed absolutely nothing about this skin compared to a real Nutcracker whatsoever. Literally nothing, it's just a Nutcracker. They call it Crackshot and then sold it. I mean, seriously, I know this is when Fortnite had only recently released, but still, they could have added something to it or done something with it, but they literally kept it exactly the same. Anyways, moving on to the next skin that Fortnite copied, it's the Merry Marauder. Gingy, it's just a gingerbread man. I know you don't have to buy skins, but they literally are selling a gingerbread man that isn't even real for 2,000 virtual bucks. For the 7th one, this is actually serious. We have Huntress. This is one I wanted to talk about for a while. So as you can see by this image, this is Huntress, release date July 13th, 2018, and this is Tyra from Paladins, which I know is a copy of Overwatch, but that's not an excuse. This is the release date, December 20th, 2016. So at a first glance, they appear pretty similar, right? But when you look at it in more detail, they are pretty much the same without the cape, which I'm going to come back to. The blue paint on the face and torso is red on Tyra. It's the same with the legging things. They are the same thing, but on Tyra, they're red. She also has the same wrist guards, which are a slight alteration, but pretty much the same thing. And a similar style of hair that droops down, but Tyra's hair is a bit longer. Then Huntress's boots have spikes on them, and Tyra's have a bit of a shield at the top, but apart from that, they are the same, brown boots with fur on top. And the second to last similarity is that, I'm impressed by this attention to detail. They even copied this weird little band or strip or something from Tyra's leg onto Huntress. And the final thing that they copied from the skin is the cape. It's not given to you with Huntress. You have to buy the Magnus skin separately to get it, but I believe that it is called the Enduring Cape that you get with Magnus, which is the male counterpart to Huntress. As you can see, this cape is literally the exact same, but you have to buy it separately. And when paired with the Huntress skin, she looks almost exactly like Tyra with a different paint or colour scheme on. After that, we have the Wukong skin, which a lot of League of Legends fans will be pretty salty about, which they decided to not rename and not to change a thing about it apart from making it fit the skin model of Fortnite characters. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to stretch it out when it doesn't need to be stretched out. That's pretty much it. The only thing that they changed was the pickaxe, but the Jingu Bang is pretty much the same as Wukong staff. anyways, so they just pasted that somewhere else. I don't know. Next up is the Rex skin, which is kind of a joke, but it's like a half joke because the main idea of the Rex skin is to be a dinosaur, and this character from Toy Story is coincidentally also green, also a dinosaur, and also has the name Rex. This doesn't necessarily mean that the skin was copied, but it definitely took some inspiration from the Toy Story character, considering the name and design choices. So it's not really a copy, but it has the same concept as a Toy Story character. For number 10, I also have a bit of an iffy one. This one is the AIM skin, which at first glance seems pretty original, but when you compare it side by side with the new iteration of RoboCop, you can see a very large resemblance between the two. RoboCop has a human part to him too, but the arms are quite similar, having the same shoulder pad kind of things, and the most similar thing between the two is the face, because it has that long streak going across the face, although it's a different colour. And the head shape is also very similar, if not the same, just in a different art style. The AIM skin still is decently original, with the huge legs in comparison to the body that are red and don't look much like robot legs, even though they are bulkier like the RoboCop legs too. Next on the list is the Maverick skin right here. As you can tell, this bears a large resemblance to that of Maverick, Logan Paul's bird. As you can see, it has a brown snake on the back, representing the snake that Logan Paul is soon to adopt. It also has a leather jacket that Jake Paul, the younger or older brother to Logan Paul. He's wearing black boots to show he's from Ohio, Florida, and jeans because the Maverick brand hasn't installed that plugin yet. He also has a zip on the side to keep his stash and a bat of nails, in which he uses to beat his meat. Now, I have a couple from Overwatch. The Webbreaker pickaxe, which is just an axe, is the first one. As you can see, this is a Webbreaker, and this is Reinhardt's axe. In this image, it's golden, but in this one, it also is black, which is the original color scheme. As you can tell, it is literally the exact same thing. The shape is the same, the little red things in it are the same, and even the little attachment at the bottom of the axe that isn't the same as Reinhardt's, but is still the same concept, is the same. But Fortnite does like stealing things from other games, so to be honest, it's not that surprising. The Arachne, I think that's how it's pronounced, skin, is the literal exact same skin as Widowmaker. Yep, that's right, the meme from last year that nobody is still talking about. It wouldn't be that obvious with the main look of this Arachne skin, but they could have chosen anything for the helmet and they decided to go to pick this weird looking thing that has spider eyes on it. They even could have picked no helmet, but they decided to pick this that covers the top of the head. Of course, Widowmaker doesn't look as retarded because hers isn't covering her whole head, so she can actually see, which is a necessary feature for shooting a gun. They also have a similar area of skin showing just below the neck, and the boots are also the same, as well as a weird shoulder pad things that they have going on. And if all that wasn't enough evidence for you, they even went into so much detail to copy it that even the glove on the left has been enlarged and is the same sort of shape. It looks like Fortnite is already Widowmaker. So next we have Steel Sight, which C-Day actually exposed them for, and this skin is literally Jackie Briggs from Mortal Kombat 10. They added her an eye patch, some metal legs with the default Fortnite look, and some shoulder armor, and slapped her into the game. I mean, she has the same hairstyle, body armor, and wrist guards. They literally copied everything from Mortal Kombat, removed the detail, and put it into the classic Fortnite style. 15th now on the list is the Raven skin, which is up for debate, but I think is copied from the Overwatch Nevermore skin. Here are the two side by side, and you can see that they are pretty similar. In Fortnite, the skin is also part of the Nevermore set. It has the same kind of rags and style, the same kind of boots, they also have similar looking wrist guards, the same feathery style, and the belt to go along with it. There are also two straps, one is a belt and the other one carries ammo, which they also both have. They also both have stitching on their left leg. The reason that the skin is up for debate, and a lot of Fortnite fans think that is their own creation, is that the Nevermore skin and the Nevermore set come from the same place. Edgar Allan Poe, the poet, in his poem The Raven, which is the place these two skins supposedly come from, he wrote Nevermore, and the Raven said Nevermore, and it has a whole thing with that. But the reason I think that they copied the skin is the whole aesthetic is the same, the whole body shape is the same, and the only real difference is the face. That's my reasoning anyway, but it could really still be disputed. Moving on, we have Omen, which when I first saw it, it looked very familiar to me, and I remembered where this skin comes from. And if you watch the first installation of Guardians of the Galaxy, you know the villain looks like this. I think maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but the face patterns on the original release align pretty well with this character, but that original character design doesn't have too much else to it. Then they updated the skin in full black with glowing purple eyes, and you can see here they look pretty much exactly the same by extending the length of the cape and making it look more ragged, adding the leather sort of look and the boots. The first version also has the blue hands, and mixing them together it would pretty much be the cartoon or Fortnite art style version of the character. Also, in this concept art, it shows a pickaxe that comes with the skin that is this glowing purple thing. In the movie, this is a power stone, I think, which is the infinity stone he puts into a hammer, but this character just puts it on the end of a stick, pretty much. Next is the hollow head skin, which seems pretty normal and a general Halloween skin. Then you see the Pumpkin Reaper from Overwatch again. It copies the whole aesthetic of the hollow head, and it is also a pumpkin head that glows. It glows a different colour, but is literally the same thing. The thing surrounding its neck is the same, and the two belt buckles, but I don't think that this one is too much of a copy, but more of a concept steal. Anyway, then I started looking at this hollow head skin a little bit more, and then I realised these skin artists have stolen one of their own skins, repainted it, and added a glowing head on top. This skin, as you can see by this in-depth side-by-side analysis, is the exact same skin as the Raven, resold to you with a pumpkin on its head. I didn't play Fortnite during the time of this skin's release because I had been playing quite a lot, and I've been playing since Season 2. It's been on and off quite a lot with other games, so I took a Season 6 break, so I don't know if everyone knew this, but I just realised when looking at the skin. After that, we have quite an obvious one that I think most people knew about, and that is the Omega or Omega skin, which is the black version of Genji, once again, from Overwatch. If you look at them side by side with the face mask on, Omega has been changed a bit, and the horn kind of things have been moved to the middle of his head. They also both have these glowing little circles around their body, and the legs and boots also look similar. Second to last is the Overtaker skin, which is mostly Fortnite's creation, I would say, but it's Stig, that guy from Top Gear, the British TV show. They made it a little original by adding the default leg guard things, the default ammo strap and belt buckle, and adding a sword and making it more bulky, but apart from that, it is just Stig. It also copies a helmet, and while you could say this is just a white ninja wearing a helmet, it looks to me like a copy of Stig. Finally, this is the Sledgehammer skin. This is a clone of the Advanced Warfare skins with a bit of their own added detail, but like, it's not really, but it is. But you know, Sledgehammer made Advanced Warfare, which was a Call of Duty game, if you didn't know, which everybody didn't know, but probably not everybody playing Fortnite because they were like 4 years old when that game came out. So yeah, the Sledgehammer skin, in my opinion, is pretty much just a clone of the Advanced Warfare skin. I don't remember which one it is, but it's like the face looks quite itself, like the face looks quite original, but apart from that, the rest of the body looks like it's all just been copied. But at the same time, it could just be their own original design of an army person. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to like and subscribe if you're new around here, and comment any of the skins or your favorite skins down below, and I'll see you in the next video.